You read a short message and the tone feels off. Your stomach drops before you even know why. 10 minutes later, you're replaying the same line like a tab that won't close. And the strange part is, you already know you're probably overreacting, but the worst version still feels like the responsible one. So here's what happens. A quick thought shows up and your mind treats it like a warning. It doesn't wait for evidence. It treats the feeling as the evidence. Then it fills in the blanks with the most painful story available. After that, you react to the story as if it's already true. You check, you argue, you avoid, or you rehearse what you'll say. The energy drain isn't from the situation. It's from living inside the story. Most explanations stop at "you're anxious" or "you're overthinking." That's where problems begin. Because the real issue is not the presence of scary thoughts. It's the way the mind upgrades them into immediate reality. There's a simple 3-step ritual that fits inside a normal day. Step 1 is name the loop. Step 2 is cut the thread. Step 3 is reset on repeat. It doesn't erase the story. It changes how much authority the story gets. Name the loop means saying, out loud or under your breath, "This is my worst-case story." Then writing the story in one plain sentence. One sentence, not a paragraph. If you can't write it, it's because it's still shape-shifting. Cut the thread means separating what you know from what you're guessing is less than #0. 3 is greater than 2 facts you actually have, 2 guesses you're treating like facts, and 1 calmer alternative story. Not a positive story, just one that could also be true. Reset on repeat means doing one small move you can finish today. Not a grand fix. 1 email, 1 shower, 1 simple question, 1 calendar change. The story can stay loud. The move still happens. Take someone like Maya. She sends a quick update to her manager. No response. An hour passes, then 2. Her chest tightens and her mind picks a headline. "I'm in trouble." Now she's reading old messages, checking the sent folder, and rewriting her next explanation. That pattern is common because it's built from a few basic mental habits. They aren't flaws, they're shortcuts. They just become expensive when they point in the wrong direction. First, a strong feeling gets treated like proof. Dread shows up and the mind says, "This must be important." It's like a smoke alarm that's too sensitive, going off from toast. You can hear it in your own language. If I feel this bad, something bad must be happening. That leap happens fast, and it feels responsible, not dramatic. Second, the mind tries to mind read. Not in a mysterious way, in an everyday way. You see a pause, a short reply, a neutral face, and you fill it with disapproval. With Maya, the silence from her manager becomes a full story about disappointment. No one said that, nothing confirmed it. But the brain hates an empty space, so it paints it. Third, attention zooms in on danger and blurs everything else. One awkward moment becomes the entire picture. You forget the neutral details that don't match the alarm. You can watch this happen at night. You remember one sentence you said weirdly in a meeting. You forget the 3 normal parts where nothing went wrong. Fourth, the mind hunts for certainty by replaying. It runs, "What if?" like a playlist stuck on the same track. Each replay feels like problem solving, but it's often just threat scanning. The evidence here is mixed on whether repeated mental rehearsal helps or harms, because it depends on what you do next. If replay leads to a clear action, it can be useful. If replay is just replay, it usually strengthens the sense that the threat is real. Once those 4 habits are running, a courtroom starts up in your head. There's a very dramatic lawyer presenting one side of the case, and the judge keeps asking for one more piece of proof that never arrives. Now, a few common mistakes keep the loop glued in place. The first mistake is trying to win an argument with your thoughts. You build a perfect defense, then a perfect counter-defense, then another. That can feel productive, but it keeps you in the courtroom. The second mistake is reassurance chasing. You ask someone, "Are we good?" Then you ask again in a different way. Reassurance can calm you for a minute, but it can also train the mind to treat every spike as an emergency. The third mistake is making big calls while the alarm is blaring. Late at night, scrolling for more information, or typing a long message while angry. That's when the worst-case story gets handed the steering wheel. This is where the 3-step ritual matters, because it gives the mind something concrete to do. Not calm down. Not think positive. Just 3 small moves that change the direction. Name the loop is the moment you stop treating the thought like a report. This is my worst-case story. You're not denying it. You're labeling it. When Maya does this, her one sentence is, "My manager is upset and I'm about to be called out." That sentence is harsh, but it's clean. Now it's visible, which means it's workable. Cut the thread is where you pull apart facts and guesses. Facts for Maya might be, "I sent the update at 10. There's no reply yet." Guesses might be, "They're disappointed. This affects my job." Then one calmer alternative story enters the room. They're in meetings, or they saw it and don't need to respond. Nothing magical, just another option that fits the known facts. Reset on repeat is the part people try to skip, because it feels wrong to move while uncertain. But the loop feeds on waiting, so the move has to be small and finishable. Maya's move might be, "I'll draft the next task list for tomorrow," or "I'll send one clean follow-up message at 3. This approach doesn't solve everything. It helps with worst-case spirals and the behavior that follows them. It does not tell you whether a relationship is safe or whether someone is actually treating you badly. Now, exactly 3 cognitive micro-tools can make the ritual easier to do in real time without turning it into a big project. The first micro-tool is the one-sentence pin. When the dread spikes, write one sentence and then put your phone face down. That physical move matters because it stops the story from immediately recruiting the internet, old messages, and new fuel. The second micro-tool is the phrase, "I don't know." When you catch mind reading, say, "I don't know what they meant." Then ask one clean question or send one clarifying line instead of sending a long emotional paragraph. The third micro-tool is the 2-minute reset. Set a 2-minute timer, stand up, and change your body position. When the timer ends, do the smallest next step from reset on repeat, even if the story is still running. Notice what these micro-tools have in common. They don't debate the story. They interrupt the momentum. And they work best when they're used early, not after 2 hours of replay. Early, when the smoke alarm first chirps. Maya doesn't need to become a different person for this to work. She just needs to notice the exact moment her mind starts treating silence as a verdict. That's the moment for name the loop, not the moment for a long explanation to herself. A lot of people wait for confidence before they do anything, but confidence is often the reward for action, not the requirement. Worst-case thinking flips that and says, certainty first, then movement. So the practical shift is simple. Facts and guesses get separated. Then one small move gets done. If the story comes back, that isn't a failure. That's why the last step is called reset on repeat. Some loops don't stop because they were answered. They stop because they were starved. Over time, you start noticing the early tells. The tight pause before opening an email. The urge to reread a text 5 times. The urge to check one more time just to be sure. Those tells are useful because they are specific. You're not trying to fix your whole personality. You're catching a moment and changing what happens next. Name the loop. Cut the thread. Reset on repeat. 1 sentence, 2 facts and 2 guesses. 1 small move today. That's enough to keep a thought from becoming a full day. You can still care about the outcome. You can still dislike uncertainty. You just stop treating the worst version as the default truth. The mind will keep generating stories. Some will be accurate, some won't. Which story shows up most for you this week?